Marco Polo in China. The Polos, Marco, his father Niccolo, and his uncle Maffeo had been traveling for 3.5 years when they finally achieved their objective, a long-awaited meeting with the powerful Mongol leader Kublai Khan. The historic event took place in 1275 at the Khan's luxurious summer capital in Chengdu, in what is now northern China. As he greeted his tired guests, Kublai Khan was surprisingly informal. "Welcome, gentlemen. Please stand up. How have you been? How was the trip?" Marco Polo's trip had, in fact, started more than 9,000 kilometers, 5,600 miles, away in Venice when he was just a teenager. His father and uncle already knew Kublai Khan from a previous visit 5 years earlier, when they had spent a short time in Chengdu. On this second trip, the Polos would stay for 17 years, making themselves useful to the Khan and undertaking various missions and tasks for him. It is likely that the Khan considered it an honor that Europeans, who were rare in China, had made the extremely difficult journey, and he made good use of their skills and knowledge. In the service of Kublai Khan, the most powerful man in people and in lands and in treasure that ever was in the world, Marco was able to learn and experience many things that were new to Europeans. In his travel journal, he described Kublai Khan's palace as the greatest he had ever seen. He admired the Khan's recently completed new capital, Daidu, whose streets were so straight and so broad. The city was located in what is now the center of Beijing, and Kublai Khan's city planning can still be perceived in the straight, broad streets of China's modern capital. We learn from Marco Polo that, in the administration of his empire, Kublai Khan made use of a fast and simple message system. Horse riders spaced every 40 kilometers allowed messages to cover 500 kilometers a day. Marco also learned the secret of asbestos cloth, which is made from a mineral and doesn't catch fire. Paper money also took him by surprise, as it was not yet in use in the West at that time. Homes were heated with black stones which burn like logs. These stones were coal, unknown in most of Europe, and they were so plentiful that many people had a hot bath 3 times a week. Although the Khan did not want his visitors to leave, the Polos finally received permission to return home in 1292. Marco continued his observations on the ocean voyage by way of Sumatra and India. Upon his return, he completed a book about his trip, full of details about his amazing cultural experiences. It was probably the greatest contribution of geographic information ever made to the West about the East.